Okay, I'm going to be reacting to Weasel Batch's Why Black Panther is a Bad Movie. So I'm going to see if this well, I've already watched it, but let's see if it changes y'all's opinion about Black Panther. It certainly did change my opinion. Uh so yeah, Weasel Batches is actually Diesel Patches, but on another account. So basically, let's see what he has to offer.
So I've already talked about why I'm sexist, so today I'll be talking about why I'm racist. So
that that's a joke, people.
Black Panther is unfortunately a very mediocre film, and I say unfortunately because I was really disappointed. I really wanted to like Black Panther. I really like this character in Civil War, and I like the idea of the plot being similar to Lion King, but what really comes down to it is
yeah, that middle finger seemed like a little too forced. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems like they do this in every Marvel movie. They stick up big the big F um the big F bomb with your finger on every Marvel movie. Well, so far it's been two that I've seen: Black Panther and Spider-Man: Homecoming.
the execution. There's a good movie hidden in Black Panther somewhere, but they ruined it with bad acting, terrible effects, obnoxious characters, and just some overall really bad decisions. So let's go ahead and dive deep into this pussy and see why this movie is disappointing. Alright, so we get the history of Wakanda, then we go straight to California in 1992. We are then introduced to the prince and his friend and the Amazon women, who are speaking a different language for some reason, and you might think it makes sense.
That was the annoying part about this movie. Some parts they were speaking another language that I could not understand. I didn't know what they were saying. I kept asking my mom and dad, "What are they saying?"
They're from a different country, but MCU never does this. The whole universe ignores language barriers, so why even do this? Why even attempt to have a different language? Because when I see two characters from Wakanda speaking English as opposed to their native tongue, I'm gonna ask myself, why aren't they speaking in their native tongue? So then they do this really stupid thing where the Amazon women hit the ground with their spears and the lights go off. I don't know how that happened, but it does. And then the King of Wakanda just kind of teleports in there when the lights come back on. I can just imagine him waiting for his cue when the lights turn off, and then he runs in the room.
What the hell? What the hell was that? I mean, what? That's just disgusting. It's something like a person that's like probably with the maturity level of a 3-year-old would do.
So as it turns out, the king traveled all the way to California to confront his brother for stealing vibranium. We get a shot of Kid Killmonger, and now we're in the present time. So we're introduced to Black Panther, and he's saving a bunch of, I don't know, sex slaves or some shit. I will say the character Black Panther is easily the best part of the movie. I have no idea why people called him boring when pretty much the rest of the movie is more bland than my voice. So after a meh fight scene, we see, holy shit, a practical costume. I want to enjoy this moment of seeing something real because later on in the movie they switch a suit for some CGI crap, and it looks terrible. Apparently Chadwick had trouble breathing in the suit, so they had to switch it out, which is really unfortunate because this is one of the coolest looking superhero suits I've ever seen. Also, why'd you cock your gun if you're not going to shoot people with it?
That's confusing to me. That always confused me. Like, she didn't she cocked her gun, but she didn't shoot anybody with it.
Speak nothing of this day.
Really? Are you honestly telling me that none of the victims say a word about what happened? Look, I understand that their lives were just saved by Black Panther, but still, not one person didn't talk about how a super Panther Man took down an army along with his sidekick Frieza. We were then introduced to T'Challa's family, Queen Boring and Princess Shithead. When it comes to Shuri, you either love or hate this character. I fall into the hate category. She is obnoxious. I guess she's supposed to be the funny character in the movie, even though she's not funny.
Thank you. I have to agree. She was pretty annoying.
Haha, she put her middle finger up. That totally didn't look forced or awkward at all. So we get...
Totally. Yeah. It was forced, probably.
The introduction of Killmonger and Claw, I don't know why, but Michael B. Jordan decides to, I don't know, deliver one of the most unemotional performances I've ever seen. Don't get me wrong, Michael B. Jordan is a good actor, but he just seems very sleepy. But I can't really blame him for being tired. He did have other things to do. Alright, so...
Why the hell did he, show the Ace family? I mean, I don't know why he showed the Ace family as... Oh my god. Is Michael... No, I don't need to make assumptions. So, anyway, Michael B. Jordan is a good actor, but, I mean, he didn't do such a good job. He was like, you know, that kind of tired or whatever. You know, like, speaking kind of, like, low or whatever. I don't know. It just seemed like he was tired or something.
Alright, so T'Challa is becoming king, and the only thing standing in his way is a challenger. Kinda weird that this utopia still determines leadership through tribal combat, but I guess they were all lucky having a great leader who would continue to keep Wakanda prospering. Believe it or not, guys, it takes mostly brains.
Hey, I thought this was the modern days. We don't have to battle to the death, anymore. Well, maybe other countries do. I don't know. But I thought we didn't have to battle to the death, for our spot as on throne or whatever. Like, literally, I thought we didn't have to do all that and risk our lives being killed for nothing.
To run a f***ing country. This is the modern age. Physical strength doesn't mean jack shit when it comes to leadership anymore.
But what makes a good king?
What about strength?
Yes, strength. King Robert was strong. He won the rebellion and crushed the Targaryen dynasty. And he attended 3 small council meetings in 17 years. He spent his time whoring and hunting and drinking until the last 2 killed him.
Wow. I'm sorry, but that was kind of, I don't know if this one was, from Black Panther, but that was kind of harsh, the way that guy died. Him hunting, he says, yeah, he spent his life, whatever he said, in hunting and drinking until the last 2 killed him.
This corset is really uncomfortable. So could we all just wrap it up and go home?
Haha, she's so quirky, I relate.
We have watched with
She is the...
disgust as your technological...
There we go. I didn't want you guys to, see a bald-headed lady, and think, what the heck? I mean, like, nobody wants to see a bald-headed lady. I've never seen a bald-headed lady in my life, unless they lost their wig or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember seeing a bald-headed lady ever. But anyway, she is the most obnoxious character in the movie. I agree. That's the only flaw that I saw in the movie. That and the costume. And, so let's see.
Advancements have been overseen by a child. I know you want to hand the nation over to this prince, who could not keep his own father.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Safe.
All of these are pretty good points. Whatever, I'll just prove him wrong by beating him to death.
Oh my god. Why do these people... maybe they're traveling back to the past, but I don't... No, they're not, because they have modern gear. Well, high-tech gear, later in the movie. And, so it's not... So I don't think that they're in, like, when they started all this battle to the death, you know, for the spot of king or whatever. Yeah, I don't think they were in that time. I think they were in, like, 2018. No. They didn't have all those high-tech weapons and stuff. They were probably in 2098.
really a royalty-free...
Jesus Christ. I mean, I loved Black Panther. I had high hopes for Black Panther. But this movie, they could have done better a little bit. Yep.
Sound effect? Don't you guys have a budget of 200 million? Maybe
200 million for this movie? TF?
you guys should have used that money to be a little more authentic.
Just a boy, not fit to lead.
Yeah, show him you're a better leader by displaying that you're physically superior to him. This is fucking stupid. So,
It is freaking stupid. I mean, this falls under fair use, by the way, everyone. My video and his video. I mean, come on. Black Panther could have been better.
T'Challa beats the racist stereotype and becomes...
T'Challa beats the racist stereotype. Yeah, okay. But I thought they were of the same race.
King of Africa or some shit. This movie has a pretty clear message about accepting refugees into first world countries, but the comparison is kind of off since Wakanda is more advanced than any country in the world. So it's pretty much a gift.
Why does it keep saying blocking footage because Disney is cucks? Well, I know what a cuck is, but you know, why does he keep blocking footage? Will Disney try to copy strike him or whatever? Even though he's using fair use? Probably so.
That they could help others while defending themselves. If Wakanda was like America, you know, a country that is thriving but has its own problems, then I can see where the controversy comes from. But here, you have a utopia with nearly endless supplies and have the ambitions to help others. So what's the problem? And there's such a big deal about it, why not just help people in secret as opposed to going all out and showing your own country? We're then shown Shuri's lab in all of its messy CGI glory and
And what are these?
The real question is, what are those?
oh boy.
Oh my god. That meme is so dead. It's deader than George Washington. I'm sorry. It's deader than George Washington. So stop doing that meme. I mean, they had to put that meme in there just so younger audiences could relate or whatever and remember that meme. But no, some people don't want to remember that meme because it's so old and so dead.
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan of this joke, but even if I was, I would still call this outdated, even when the movie came out. You should never...
Thank you. The meme is outdated. I mean, come on.
Never put memes in your movie. When memes become mainstream and are put in big production movies for a mass audience to see, everyone is gonna then hate it. The only exception I've seen of a meme working in a movie is from Into the Spider-Verse, because that joke actually had relevance in the movie, and they actually put thought into the joke. But jokes like that usually never age well, and when people look back at this movie today, they will cringe even harder than they did in the theaters. Nakia helps the group...
I'm not gonna see this movie again. A, because of the whole meme thing. B, because of Black Panther's new costume, because somehow he couldn't breathe in the first costume that was shown. And then 3, because of the, you know, whole battle to the death thing. And let's see what else I have to list in the video.
Inside the club through an Asian woman, then the group spreads out to find Claw.
A woman outside. What trouble was she referring to?
How could you possibly know that's what they were talking about? Do you speak Korean? But then again, seeing how the Korean spoken in this movie was deemed terrible by pretty much everyone, I'm surprised Nakia could even understand the Korean woman. So the casino is in the middle of a showdown between T'Challa's group, Claw's group, and the CIA. The CIA is there to make a deal with Claw, but T'Challa wants to handle the situation on his own. Unfortunately, Frieza gets compromised in the process. We get this very sluggish fight.
I'm sorry, doesn't she have a gun? I mean, come on, if you have a gun, then use it. Like, you had a gun, at the beginning of the movie, you cocked it, and you didn't shoot it. You didn't shoot anybody. Maybe it's because it's a PG-13. They don't want to even show any blood or whatever. But I mean, you literally stabbed somebody's throat with a spear, and it showed a little bit of blood squirting out. But you know, you can't shoot anybody. Come on.
Scene. I will commend the movie for trying to do a cool one-take fight scene, but every character moves incredibly slow. Did they even see Civil War? Because Black Panther was moving lightning fast in that movie. He should have been taking on at least 5 guys in this scene. We get to the infamous, but also horrendous, car chase scene, where the CGI shines brighter than Frieza's bald head. So instead of...
That's it. I'm subscribing.
I don't know, using those EMP weapons that instantly shut down vehicles from the beginning of the movie, T'Challa continues to just ride a car towards Claw. In fact, why is T'Challa even riding a car when we saw that in Civil War he could outrun cars? What is even the point of this stupid sequence? It's fucking pointless and looks terrible. And worst of all, it creates continuity errors. Reminds me of another movie.
I never saw Captain Marvel, so I don't know how it is, so... So you don't I'm gonna have to probably watch the movie to see how it is, like...
So primitive.
Don't you use a spear as a weapon? Why hasn't your advanced society created vibranium guns? I'm sure
Stop this, Disney.
that could penetrate pretty much anything. Why is your advanced society wasting money and resources on an arcade car game?
Sorry, I'm sorry. Just stop being cucks, Disney.
Just shoot her.
200 million US dollars. Wow.
No. You should have been flying through the windshield. You weren't even wearing a seatbelt.
Where did you get this weapon? You n****s didn't deserve it.
Holy shit. Sorry for the language, but man, you need to tone down the racial slurs. You really need to tone down the racial slurs.
A few moments later.
It's called diplomacy. You're welcome. Very nice.
Americans.
Yes, damn you Americans for handling things in a more diplomatic way. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go throw a spear at a world leader. That's how we handle relations in Wakanda. So Claw gets rescued, Ross gets shot, and he's taken to Wakanda. Later on, Killmonger captures Claw just so he could kill him. Yeah, I don't get it either.
Dean, ends today. Put your gun down now. It'll be okay.
Hey, buddy,
What the... Okay, I understand he's the villain of the movie, but why did he do that? I mean, I remember seeing this movie, but, I know that other guy was a villain in the movie, but why? I mean, why?
Why don't you just shoot Claw in the head? I understand this movie wants to display Killmonger as some cold-blooded killer, and he'll do
What I meant was, why didn't he shoot, you know, whatever his name is in the head, so...
anything to get the throne, but this was a terrible way of showing it.
Savages. This is what they do to people like us. I ain't worried about no brain. Check these out. Each one is for a kill.
Are you tired or something? So we get the very, very sad story of Killmonger's dad getting killed by T'Challa's dad.
So, your uncle betrayed us. No.
Please do a retake.
You might want to do a retake on that, guys.
No.
Alright, where am I?
Don't scare me like that, colonizer.
This guy took a bullet for one of your people, not to mention he could snitch on your whole country once he leaves. Maybe you should try being a bit nicer. It is, after all, in everyone's best interest. Or you can continue to be a rude asshole and just try to be quirky and funny.
Wakanda forever!
So Killmonger enters the...
Basically, what that guy in the meme was doing was wrestling, I hope.
country with Claw's body, even though he didn't need the body of Claw to enter the country, and instead just had to show everyone the ring of his uncle in order to prove who he is. And you might be saying, well, maybe he's trying to prove his worth by showing the dead body of Claw, someone they've been chasing for years. Well, maybe if these morons didn't decide everything through tribunal combat, then maybe that would have been an important factor. So T'Challa and Killmonger are duking it out, and I'd say this is a really good fight scene. I know I said earlier the fight scenes range from bad to meh, but the reason why this one stands out is because there's no fucking CGI. It's all practical except for the green screen effect, but that's okay because it looks fine. The choreography is also really good too. It's a real shame that their final fight in the movie isn't even the same caliber. That shit raped my goddamn eyeballs.
It kind of did mine too, but I didn't really notice it back in 2018.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be basing leadership off of physical strength alone, you morons. So
Exactly.
Killmonger has flashbacks. After seeing the ship fly away, he then runs to his dad's apartment, and then he walks. I guess he stops caring midway through the run. So Killmonger picks up his dad's carcass and holds it in a very cliched movie position. Then we actually get to a decent scene between Killmonger and his dad. Sterling K. Brown is probably the best actor in this movie, and he sells every scene he's in.
It's all of it.
Yes. So when it comes time for another king, we will be ready.
Yeah, go ahead and burn all that.
My king, we cannot do that. It is our tradition.
So are the kings of Wakanda allowed to do, like, whatever they want or some shit? Because
What? Why does Disney do this? They make you have to block their footage.
this guy literally almost choked an old woman to death. You would think this advanced society would have a parliament, representatives, or some sort of chamber to keep the king in check, because it seems like this guy has absolute power. I'm finding it very hard to believe that an absolute monarchy can get this.
He could get away with murder. It seems like in this movie.
Far in today's society and build a utopia that they have currently.
Burn it all! Burn it all!
Hey, genius, you're not immortal. Maybe when you get an heir, he will be able to stabilize Wakanda in the future. Yeah, okay, whatever. Kill
Oh my god, I forgot that was Kobe Bryant. No, please note that this was 1 year before he passed away, unfortunately. But what I am glad for Kobe not to, be living to see is the corona. So, but I wish he, would have passed on a more decent way and not suffered or whatever. Well, not worried about being stuck in a helicopter crash and stuff. That's scary.
Mongoloid wants to get revenge on white people for oppressing his people, even though every race throughout history has oppressed another race, but whatever, I'll buy into this white devil mentality. And he also wants to...
Every movie or something, it just... Sometimes these, I'm sorry, but sometimes, America has to make this, whole white, people thing, like, they're Satan's spawn or whatever. I mean, it's the past. I mean, they were like, literally, mini Hitlers, back when, not mini Hitlers, but you know what I'm saying. They use slaves and stuff. But, I don't think they need to be reminded in being, in movies and stuff that they should enjoy. Like, I don't think we should buy into this white people are so bad thing.
Give weapons of mass destruction to war dogs so they can kill all those evil white folks. Yeah, just give a bunch of warmongers weapons and see what they do with them. This plan isn't retarded at all. While that's going on, the heroes go to the Ape Clan in order to get help. Where the hell did this guy come from? Was he just hanging on the side of the cliff in case intruders came? That seems really unnecessary.
Your Highness.
Yeah, see, I don't know if he's barking at all of them, but the way this guy looks, the white guy, I think they're mainly barking at him. I mean, there's no reason to put all this in there.
Jesus Christ, I don't even know what to say. This movie wants to
Me neither.
denounce racism, but at the same time, they throw in a scene of black people literally barking like apes at a white man. When I saw this scene in theaters, I almost pissed myself. How could
I should have laughed. I didn't even know what was going on. I thought they were just like cavemen or whatever. Well, they are cavemen or something, or they act like cavemen. So, yeah.
anyone take this shit seriously? I mean, you might as well have him chant Ooga Booga while you're at it.
One more word, and I will feed you to my children. I'm kidding, we are vegetarians.
Impossible.
He's in a coma. One of our fishermen found him at the edge of the river border.
Fishermen? But you literally just said
That is... Oh my god. That just summed up the whole movie for me if I rewatch it.
3 minutes ago that ape land is only filled with vegetarians. Why would you guys need fishermen if you're vegetarians? Did the writers even bother checking the script for inconsistencies? So we get a scene of T'Challa developing into an actual character. He then wakes up and gathers up the rest of the people who are willing to fight for him. Right before M'Baku delivers my expression throughout most of the movie.
Are you done? We will not help you.
I'm sure this isn't building up any contrast.
What's up?
Ugh. Also, who are you looking at? Everyone else seems to be...
That, gangsta thing, I don't think was needed. I mean, I don't think he's even from... He doesn't even sound like he's from, Wakanda or wherever they're from. He sounds like he's from, like, America or... Yeah, America. So, why do you think, why do you guys think that adding "what's up" is a good thing? When you're dealing with, like, foreigners or whatever, people from other lands. I don't know.
looking at T'Challa, but I guess she got distracted by a butterfly, and she's probably thinking about throwing a spear at it because that's her answer for everything.
Go. Come on, Rock.
Really? You think the guards would notice a white dude in a black mask? It's no shocker this kingdom's already getting overthrown. These people are incompetent. So Killmonger captures Bald Lady number 3.
Wakanda forever.
What? So you're telling me he
Well, that raped my ears. That literally raped my ears.
cut her throat and no blood came out? And yeah, I know it's PG-13, they can't show a bunch of blood. If that's the case, then that would make this moment an absolute failure on the cinematography. Her death did not need to be shot that way. Why not film Killmonger's back while he slices her throat and then show Okoye's reaction? Even though I have no idea who this person is, it still would have been more impactful and less silly. Killmonger's about to kill Shuri, which honestly made me root for the bad guy for a moment, but T'Challa comes in and saves her. And then we get one of the worst fight scenes in cinematic history. The MCU is usually great with its special effects. While overused, it can still look real. I don't know who specifically did the effects for Black Panther, but it literally looks like a PS2 game, and it looks like shit. They should have done the same practical fight they did in the first fight.
Beat him at their own game. You have become that.
This is getting old, the whole blocking footage because Disney is cucks. I'm not saying, Disney is not cucks, but basically, he doesn't have to block, I don't know. Maybe he does have to block footage, even though it's under fair use. Basically, well, I think that, I agree on the whole PS2 game art or whatever, you know, like, the fight looked like a freaking PS2 game.
You will destroy the world. Wakanda included. The world took everything away from me.
No, it didn't. The only country to screw up your life was Wakanda.
I love how some people blame the world for you know, for what happened to them when it's actually one thing, like one person or like thousands of people or whatever, in one country, and then they blame the whole freaking world. Like, what the...
What did the rest of the world do to you? So the Gorilla Clan with sticks beat up a technologically advanced clan with rhinos at their command. Sure, why not? This movie's already inconsistent enough. I don't really care at this point. So everyone just so happened to be looking at W'Kabi as he dropped his weapon, and this led to his men dropping their weapons as well. T'Challa beats Killmonger, and then we get that scene where we're supposed to feel sorry for the villain, even though he's a f***ing moron like everyone
Well, screw that. We're not feeling bad for a villain.
else in the movie.
Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than...
Jesus Christ. This movie is dark.
bondage.
Well, technically speaking, they're not really your ancestors if they jumped ship and died before reaching land. But it sounds cool. Just enjoy the movie.
All them trials and tribulations, all the answers and the payments, affidavits and the statements.
Traveling.
Man, what the hell is that?
Whoa, guys, check it out. Poorly rendered computer graphics.
Who are you?
Oh my god, I'm getting freaking sick and tired of this. If they keep... I don't know.
Oh god, are we really going this route? How many damn cliches are in this movie? This movie wasn't even about who he was. It's about what kind of leader is he going to be. So T'Challa decides to help the rest of the world by sharing vibranium, and one of the most overrated movies of all time ends. I want to be honest, I did have high hopes for this movie, but I don't know, I just left that theater just...
I did too, and I watched it, and I thought it was a good movie, but not now.
disappointed. Black Panther is one of my favorite heroes in the MCU, and for his movie to be treated like this is pretty gross to me.
Same. So, anyway, that was it. Bye, guys.